Hello everybody, it's Ralph Cabbage at Aquaman Knox again. Today we're going to kind of do a reverse interview, if you will. We're going to talk about Lush and some of the Aqualife planted products here, and I'm going to let Mathew from SeaLife out of Apopka, Florida. He's a store owner, he does maintenance, co-founders of Aptasia Way. He's going to ask me some questions about the product because I use this product, and hopefully it'll help all of you. So what Aqualife, the planted product line is, there's three products. It was designed by John Tulloch, and it was designed around making planted tanks a little simpler. Instead of having to buy 50, 60 different things from a line of products, you essentially buy two at the most, one a lot of the times. So first you have, the Evoke product, you have Lush, and you have Photo-Tone. So when you start up, the most important thing in a planted tank is going to be CO2, and then nutrients for the plants, and then of course light. If you have those things, what will happen is the plants will grow faster, they'll absorb more nutrients, and you'll have less algae growth because they'll compete and take nutrients out of the water that the algae otherwise would need. If you don't have some of those components, what actually will happen is the algae can get an upper hand and cause your planted aquascapes to look terrible. So with that in mind, Lush is designed to be the most concentrated product for your red plants. If you don't have shrimp, you would actually use Lush. There's instructions on it of how to start up the tank initially, and then after water changes, you back off on the product depending on plant growth. And then if you have shrimp, or if you have a lighter loaded aquarium with less red plants, you can use Phytotone. And then Evoke is for those customers that have that try to do basic systems without CO2. And then in addition, it'll help reduce some of the algae growth. So even if you use CO2 and you just don't want to wait, Evoke will help you reduce some of that algae by feeding the plant what a lot of manufacturers will call carbon. It's not truly carbon, but for sake of argument, we'll call this a carbon source just because a lot of you know them as that. So what's the number one problem that your customers have with their aquascape tanks?
Usually it's like brown algae growth on top of the leaves, especially your bigger leaves and such like that. So.
And are you recommending like a mono shrimp, otocinclus, all of your algae eaters to help with that?
Yeah, correct. Yes, usually the natural guys.
And then and when you look at the Aqualife line, that's where Evoke can come in. A lot of times stores will want to reduce the light, and sometimes you have to do that, and that's helpful. But if you have enough light and the plants are getting what they need, they should be able to overtake that. So you can trim back leaves, you can get the algae eaters in there, which you should always be doing really early on. As soon as the tank's safe, you want to get those guys in there so they get an upward hand on it. And Evoke can help with that as well. But if they get the right amount of CO2 and if they get the right amount of light and you combine it with the nutrients they need, they should be able to get an upper hand on that. Now, one of the things I see is a drop of alkalinity in a lot of those tanks, and often those customers see it, they're small nano tanks, they think they're easy, and they just don't take the time to even check that. And for instance, when Azu came here, and this will be in a later video, so be sure and subscribe to my channel. You'll see that coming up soon. And I'll put the link down below once it's out. So Azu came here and they did an aquascape tank, and what Sophie from Azu did, first of all, she used a bacterial culture in their 4-in-1 media. She put that underneath the actual aquascaping soil. And then they recommend that you start off immediately with dosing in CO2, but they're recommending a water change every day for 2 weeks. Now, a lot of customers won't do that. And what we saw, though, when we did it, just followed her instructions, it's amazing. You go from, you start to see some of that slimy algae, but then you'll see the root systems of the plant kick in. Right. You start getting the nutrients into the water, and you'll see when the plants start to look better, all of a sudden the tank turns. And then after that 2-week period, you could actually be using Evoke and Lush then. After that 2-week period, depending on your growth, you can either go back down to the maintenance dose of this, or you could go, on the Phytotone, you could use it. Now, if you've got the sensitive shrimp and you're trying to keep those or doing a quote shrimp tank, you wouldn't use this product because some of the micro nutrients that are in this, they're fine if they're not overdosed, but if a customer did overdose it could be sensitive to some of the shrimp. Testing of this, John did it, and we had no issues, but that's why we came out with this product. I wanted something that was, there's no chance. And that's what Phytotone is. Or if they're getting too much nutrients in there because their plants aren't growing, they don't have enough light, then again, that's what Photo-Tone is for, and Evoke just helps the whole situation out. Is there any other product that you use in those planted tanks, you know, to help customers? I mean, any other kind of, do you need another kind of chemical? Do you ever use any, recommend anything else?
Maybe if they have like a really high phosphate level or something, obviously we'll get them like a phosphate reducer, but usually in a planted tank, you don't want to reduce it too low.
Right, because you can starve those things. You want the plants to reduce it.
Yes. You want to get as much natural, but if it's way high, then that's sometimes it. So.
If you wanted John to do something else, is there anything you could give him advice-wise that might help you with these with customers?
I mean, these are pretty simple, you know, easy to use. That's why we have more people come back and rebuy them compared to some of the other products.
So generally speaking, customers, once they buy this product, they've been happy with it.
Yes.
So they come back and buy it again.
Correct, yes.
Where are you going from here?
Home.
Well, we hope you have a safe travel. Again, this is Ralph Cabbage at Aquaman Knox. Be sure and subscribe to our channel. Check out the links below and follow me on YouTube. Have a great day.